Okay, we're back at the graveyard. We'll hop the fence. But mostly... Look at this one. All the stuff around it. Julie Volocine really, really wanted that little panther. Oh. No, I don't think we read that one. Now, let's fast travel to... Where are you? Here you are. It's Corvo Bianco, and like we were saying, if it's still, or if it's no longer daytime when we get there, then we'll just meditate a bit. Crespi owned the vineyard. Oh, and Crespi was the first victim. Yeah, interesting. Good point. Okay, so it's like maybe late evening. Should we rest this one? Should we meditate? Pass a little bit more time? Does 6:24 p.m. qualify? This works? Okay. This still works. Okay. Let's save. I mean, there's a lot of people here. Do these people work at our orchard? Roach is chilling. Oh, hello. You're telling us to go technically here? Major Domo?
Home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Fauti. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corvo Bianco.
What does that mean?
I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, so he's skilled
Basil.
in dealing with the nobles.
No, I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great.
Well, I dare say.
Good hands.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about this place, though? We kind of just, got it after fighting off a monster here, and it kind of looked like it was in shambles at the time.
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards.
Oh.
He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job.
Okay, too much information.
Service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that.
No!
He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. He began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends.
I had no idea if it was any good.
Wide, in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Seems like a, all in all, well-rounded, good-intentioned chap. I mean, I guess. Show us around the vineyard? Sure. Why not?
Mind giving me
Give
a
us a
little
tour.
tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Oh. Okay.
Pretty vast.
Not bad.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great
Oh.
aunt.
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to Major Domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Cool.
I work from dawn to dusk.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasure.
Nice of her.
Not the
Oh,
most
wow.
sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the biggest of fans of the very bright green color. Can we repaint that? Maybe.
And what do you get?
Can we consider repainting that?
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now either.
Yeah.
Yes, I should. If I only could. I truly would.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Have to try our own wine one day, I suppose. Fair enough.
Head to the pheasant tree.
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago.
Ew.
During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. Yes, a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself
Okay.
to death.
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
All right.
Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once
All
again
right.
planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of flowers in here. Went a little overboard. Perhaps, if I do say so myself. It is nice. We even have our own bridge. I love it. Could we... 2 bridges. Can we put a chest down there and directly below where we are currently standing that permanently has loot? Is that doable? No? What? That defies the laws of physics? Oh, don't be silly. We've seen glitch swords that keep on spawning in. I'm sure you can find a way to make it happen.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Like your imagination, Geralt. Good idea. Then again, I suppose... What are you saying, Geralt? You don't believe we'll have
During
plentiful harvest?
Wallace's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess.
But yeah.
Made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Okay. Okay, wasn't sure if we were going down there or what. Of course, we have seen that spot, but it was a location of a bit of a bloody fight.
As you
I think
can
we made
see,
the rounds now.
facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
Okay. Maybe not so subtle, but point taken.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally
Not a
furnished.
fan of the
I
guests.
believe we will together devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corfo Bianco is a beautiful estate. But one must admit, time has taken its toll.
Yeah,
If-
bit of a fixer-upper.
Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
And we could potentially even do that now, it seems. I'm curious to at least see what kind of prices we're talking about here, because, I mean, if we're talking real estate, presumably this is going to be pretty darn expensive. Don't know if we're talking rune-right type of expensive, or perhaps even more, but let's see if we can at least get a sense.
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Almost decidedly, sir.
What's up, Honor?
The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Ooh. So, we just got a house, or actually, more specifically, an estate, which is pretty cool, except it is a bit of a fixer-upper, so we're trying to see how much this might cost us to do some of that fix-up work. So, house itself, the grounds, I'd approach some other topic. Let's see, I mean, maybe we start the house itself, I suppose.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation?
Yeah,
Once
not a bad
I
idea.
saw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
Interesting. That is 5,000, which is a significant amount, yeah. I'd say that's similar to Rune Right money, right? Because we had, what, the 5,000 round that we had to invest in getting him up and running, then like 10,000, then 15,000. I forget where it ended, but it was a lot. It was a lot. So at least it might be somewhat similar in that, we'll have various different rounds of investments we can make. And, some of them might still be this 5,000 number, some of them might be 10, 15, possibly even as high as 20,000. But yeah, I'm thinking we've been saving up money for the rune right, and then we did manage to basically make that happen then, and then what else? What other big purchases are we expecting to make? Not many. I mean, eventually the master crafted, or the super duper mastery craftery Witcher gear, but I don't think that's going to be nearly as expensive as, this stuff. It'll cost a bit, yeah, but we don't need to have a small fortune to make that happen, so I think you're right. This is probably what we've been saving up for. So let's make it happen.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state.
Nice.
Is there anything else you require, sir?
The only thing I would say would be that potentially, if we wanted to just spend a little bit of time looking around, seeing what the place looked like, pre-upgrades, then maybe that would be reason to hold off, or at least delay a little bit, to appreciate it a little bit more, how much of a difference those upgrades make. Because, obviously we did just take a tour, so we did see some of it, but I think it's fine. Sure, let's talk the grounds. How can we improve those?
Got these spacious grounds, but maybe it's time to make them more useful.
Oh, yes, we certainly should. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table.
Not a bad idea.
Good way to start things off, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, both? I guess we're purchasing them separately, but how much are these going to cost? We'll see.
My armor needs work from time to time. Oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompali once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yeruga. I will contact him at once.
Okay, that's only 1,000, yeah? That's not bad at all.
Good.
I mean, it's a
Table
minor
like that.
convenience, but
Immediately, sir.
be nice.
I expect it will take at most 1 day to arrive. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Yeah, let's take the grindstone as well. Is this also going to be 1,000, or is it technically a little bit more expensive to upgrade your weapons than it is your armor? We'll see.
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of unnecessary extravagances going on here, so not sure you can be very critical of that, even if that was the case. But anyways, very practical for a Witcher, you see. So, yeah, just 1,000 coins for a grindstone? Sure.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow.
Okay, phrasing, but yeah.
Will you be needing anything else, sir?
We'll discuss later, I suppose? Don't know if on future occasions we'll have the option of upgrading additional things or further upgrading things. That might be a possibility.
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
Okay, well, except there's not really anything else to ask, so long.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Gracias. Okay, so we have restore Corvo Bianco to its former glory. Wait 3 days for the general refurbishment to finish, and then 1 day for the grindstone and for the armor stable. try talking to him again when we get another round of things
How
available.
might I be of service, sir?
Oh ho ho! There's at least this. Let's see if we can upgrade anything else though. Let's try this first, and then if not, we'll play McWent.
Starting to really like this place. Maybe
I
we
mean,
should
nothing
keep
has
going,
actually changed, but
refurbish some
yeah.
more. What do you think, BB?
I agree. Yet I would urge you to hold off on further construction until the ongoing work is done.
Ah, I see.
Juggling can be a challenging art. It's best not to undertake too much at once.
I see. Okay, fair enough. We can still play you at Gwent, though. So there is that. I suppose we can give that a shot.
Ever play Gwent, BB?
Funny you should ask, sir. I was quite adept in my
Oh,
younger years.
an expert.
But that was so long ago. I fear I've limited my interest to collecting now. Managed to assemble quite the set of decks.
Oh?
Sounds interesting. Mind showing me what you got?
Not at all, sir, but only in action.
Mmm.
A round or two, perhaps?
Sounded like you were trying to dodge that, though. Sounded like you were saying you weren't interested. Anyways, yeah, let's do it.
May the best man win.
Do you wish to play against any particular faction, sir?
Hmm? What? What? Is he just like our go-to Gwent guy we can play at any point in time? Like our practice Gwent dude? Play against any of the specific factions? Or we can say surprise me? That's nifty. That is nifty. Huh. Alright. Surprise us.
Not really. You choose.
I think we'll probably go with Skellige here. That's still our newest faction. One that we have the least practice with. So, did we get anything changed this round recently? Are we good with keeping it as is? I think we probably keep this as is. Let's roll with it. Our leader ability was somewhat questionable in the past. Might opt to change that. No offense, Croc, but it's mostly just like a pretty niche anti-medic or medic denial. Sort of strange. So maybe we'll go with King Brandon. It's also pretty darn situational. I feel like overall our two Skellige leader abilities are pretty weak compared to some of the other things we've seen. But in time, hopefully we'll get some better stuff there. Let's give it a shot. If you choose a deck, you can choose difficulty as well. Oh, interesting. Okay. So maybe, I mean, I imagine we can play him again if we want to, right? So I don't know what difficulty he's going to end up on in this case. Is it going to be like super high or super low difficulty? I mean, we have a pretty strong hand here. We can play again? Okay, so, you know, we'll come back to him on a future occasion if we'd like, but that is not the card that I wanted to change into. And we got a Berserker, but... Oh, we do have Martyrum. Okay. Yeah, this is a really strong hand. Like... Dare I say, just about optimal. But, let's go with the Mysterious Elf here. Get some cards back. We got Olgierd. That's nice. We got Dandelion. That's also nice. Okay, so are you gonna go a bunch of Imperial Brigade people? That might be. Cow is safe. Play you. Okay, they're gonna go with a Spy. We unfortunately don't have anything to steal said Spy. Oh, we also... I don't think we bet anything for this round of Gwent, which would be a little bit strange given how he's, like, basically our employee. Be kind of weird, but, I mean, yeah, that's... Usually we do put money on these. Okay, so if we can't steal their Spy, then in that case... I mean, we could in a future round by using our Medic, so maybe that's our play there. See, their strongest unit, or actually, strongest unit in total is, right now, the Spy they just played. So, What if we play a 4-strength muster, then we're going to get a bunch of 4-strengthers out there. They're all going to be scorch targets, which is not really what we want to do. So maybe we go Marjoram here to set ourselves up for Berserker play at some point in time. We just now need to make sure that we play this in this round. Okay, so, like, type bond there isn't going to do anything yet. But we can... I mean... Sure, we'll do it. Turn you into a 14-point bear that will boost up other units in that melee row. And we have many of them that we can play. Okay, so 10 strength, I would say, protects us a bit from the Scorch, but then again, not really, when we have 14. So, I think we just go full speed ahead here. And, oh, I thought we had another one of the long ships. Maybe not, or maybe we drew into this with our spy play. And I was thinking of this long ship instead. Why don't we go... Let's see, we do have a lead at the moment. And they're Nilfgaards, they win on ties, but it's not like a Northern Realm situation where they draw a card if they win a round. So we could even consider relatively early pass here and force them to play additional cards they wanted to try to beat us, because we are getting some carryover from the cow. So that is nice, and that may suffice. And even go with the medic to get you back in a future round, and we can use Skelga's leader ability, or Skelga's faction ability, to get basically everyone back on in round 3. So this might actually work particularly well to pass right now. And we'll see what they opt to do. I imagine they will probably try to play additional cards here. Okay, yeah, that does work. That significantly nerfs our bear, although actually surprisingly close. Now we have our carryover here. Let's see if they instantly pass or if they're willing to pay here. They are willing to play. 10 strength hero. It's also a medic. It is so strong. Okay. So, does mean they're now down 2 cards. So, I think, you know, well, obviously we'll play here because we have to. We lost round 1. But can either bring back, I mean, any of these cards are great. And we will get some back in round 3. So maybe what we do here, we go for the quote-unquote sprinting option. And basically take whatever is worth the most points in this current round. It's definitely not the cow. That's mostly for a future round. But then again, the cow is useless in round 3. It needs to be... It's a question of how long we're expecting this round to be. I think if we use our medic to get back the cow, then our opponent is perhaps going to pass. It's maybe not a terrible thing. Sure, let's go for it. It is the long-term play. So you could certainly make a strong case that they should pass here, and I kind of hope they do. And they're going to decoy to get back that card. So they're like, hold on, what is this nonsense you're doing here? And our lead ability, remind me what we turned it into? We changed it over to the only lose half strength in bad weather conditions. There aren't any right now, so it would just be a way to basically pass a turn, sort of, without actually committing to ending this round. So we have some strong cards here. I'm just deliberately trying not to commit anything big when I expect they're going to pass imminently. So we're going to go with this, I think, and we're going to hope that they do not have any weather effects, although it is not allowing me to use our leader ability. So I take it back. I am not allowed to select that card, says the game. So thank you. We do not have the other type bond card to go along with the long warship, or the war longship. So, I think we go for that, because even if it does get destroyed, not a huge deal. And it will extend our lead here, but we kind of need to play, just because we're at risk of losing round 2 if they don't pass. So, they do pass here, but that's not so bad. We take round 2, And we get carryover from that cow. We get another bovine protector, or bovine revenge force. And then, okay, the other random card we got from our graveyard was the cow, and this one doesn't help us because it has 0 strength in this round unless we somehow find a way to destroy it. But we did get the transformed build Carl, so I think that's definitely a nice bonus. That's what we were hoping to get. But, oh, it's a passive. I see. It's not an active play for our leader ability. So, what would we like next? I mean, this guy is gonna tank any Scorch play. But the other thing is actually, Dragon's probably worse. Well, Dragon plus Scorch, I guess, would be a nasty combo, getting rid of this and then this. So maybe we just play some smaller musters to fill in some weaker units instead. And then, assuming that they... hoping that they don't have Scorches or any of the Dragons, then we'll throw down Dandelion and get some big points out of that. Let's go Muster now, though. Get all the Gaunter Darknesses in the range row. And there's melee nerf. Okay, so actually, as it turns out, yes, our leader ability does help us here. Actually, it did in round 1 as well. It halved the effectiveness of another melee nerf, which almost meant they had to play another card, but not quite, so wasn't quite enough. But, I mean, this is a bit disappointing, or a bit unfortunate, because we definitely did have a lot of potential for that melee row, and it makes you wonder if we should try putting Olgierd there to boost these guys. I mean, I guess we play them anyway because they need to go in the melee row. We don't have any choice, and then we'll figure out where the optimal place is for Olgierd. So if we get you down there, then they get doubled up to 8? How is the effect? What is the order of operations for the nerf damage and the leader ability that is having the nerf damage? Not entirely sure, but we'll figure it out. Ooh, it's 7. I don't like that. That makes Scorch pretty catastrophic right now. And we change that. Not easily. In fact, all we can do is make it worse. Oh, I mean, we can make those cards stronger. With either Olgierd... Oh, game has decided to tab out. With either Olgierd or Dandelion. But none of those is going to... The problem is we have 3 7-strength cards. Oh, actually, I mean, the strongest card out here right now is their Black Infantry Archer, so we're safe until we play Dandelion, because he'll make these guys pretty huge, and then they will become the biggest units out there. So for that reason, maybe we go for you next. And must be the other one from our deck. Yeah, probably still better to go. Well, Olgierd will get doubled from Dandelion in the melee row, so he himself will be better, but we will have more units in the range row. So this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So he's worth 12 total in the range row, whereas in the melee row, he's giving plus 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he will get reduced down to what? He becomes a, like, 4, I think, because he's getting plus 1 from the Vildkarl. That makes him, what, an 8? But then he gets doubled into a 16 from Dandelion, which does mean he's better. I guess we go for that, then? Yeah. Turns into a 4. Okay, now we just hope and pray that their last card is not Scorch, because... Actually, tell you what. Technically speaking, the right play here is to pass. Because by playing Dandelion, we get a bunch of points in the melee row, yes. However, what we do is we suddenly make these 8-point cards up to 16. Then if they have Scorch, they'll remove all of them, and that might be enough to pass us, because, and that would be the only way they could beat us, because right now we have a 25-point lead, which they cannot achieve with any one card, unless we suddenly make Scorch an option. So, as uninteresting as it may be, I think technically it is the right play here to not put ourselves in Scorch danger, because that's the danger of having quote-unquote last say, or at least in this case not having last say, is, you know, like, we'd like to have, if they did get Scorched, the opportunity to, on our last turn, use a medic to bring them back, but since we don't have that opportunity here, I think we deliberately avoid putting these guys in harm's way. And this should basically be a guaranteed win in this case. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't going to be a problem based on what their last card was, but we're just putting ourselves at unnecessary risk if we did. All right.
I congratulate you on your victory. Shall we continue playing?
So, I mean, we could deliberately pick difficulty and faction, but I think, I mean, this is a person that we could potentially come back to basically practice our deck if we wanted to.
Maybe later.
But just
Got
not now,
something
I don't
to
think.
do right now.
As you wish, sir.
Okay. In which
Thanks.
case,
Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
let's get back to business. And we have a stash here already, it looks like. We have a bed as well. Hold on. Let's see what we have here. Is this the bed, or is this the bed? Hold on. Bed downstairs? Light this place up a bit. Rather dark. I think the bed is technically downstairs? Question mark. Armor stand? Oh, yes, we can put up armor if we think it looks cool. I mean, we actually would probably like to use that at some point, so I don't think that's the right one. Also, I don't think that's a particularly good-looking armor. Hang painting. Oh, we don't have anything to hang there. We did at some points in time have some paintings. The one of Iris and Olgierd we might have been able to use here if we had not used that as our way to enter the painted world. That might have been the reason why you guys were saying back then that that was maybe the one thing that we ought to not use right after, which I saw right after using it. But I'm sure we'll find other ways to get other options. Yeah. Our bed in here. What is this? What are we using? Oh! Quest books. It's our bookshelf. Okay. Place trophy. Ah. We have trophies on us, don't we? We have the Goliath trophy. Can we not put that there for some reason? Not sure what the deal is there. Are there only certain trophies that can go on one of these things? It needs to be a specific type to go in one of the... That's kind of strange. Other place for paintings. Can we interact with the bed? Can we take a nap rather than having to meditate all the time? Waiting for your bed to be replaced. You cannot use it now. Too much junk. It's too trashy. Okay, but we can use our stash, fortunately, which I think is a good time to dump our cat school gear for now. And we could potentially put up an armor that we thought looked cool. What about our robes from the wedding? I think that was this, the ornate robe. Either that or this ornate robe. Might technically be the same thing, but just better rarity. The Order of the Flaming Rose one I did also like the aesthetics of, so I wouldn't rule that out. Or we could just put a boring shirt. Let's see. yes, the tradition continues of hopping on the sash after using it. We go here. Oh! We actually do get pants as well. I did not realize that was going to be an option. What do we think? It's so dark in here. Hard to see. Our armor, its full glory. I don't know if that's just because it's not daytime or something. That is not daytime. That might be the reason. But, yeah, we could use certainly additional light sources, I would think. And swords as well. Ooh. Okay, I don't know what pants go with that robe, or the other robe for that matter. Do we have anything? These Fury ones? Oh, we did get some for the wedding, didn't we? We have several fancy shoes. Not sure if we have good pants to go, though, with all this. Other than maybe those. We do have some fancy pants, yeah. Geralt's a fancy pants. No, our armor stand is going to be a fancy pant. Totally different. No, I don't want to take it. I want to... Do we just, like, do that and then interact here? Now, what did we do that one? Let's try this one. Then try... I feel like the color scheme's gonna be bad with the Ophiri stuff. Here we go, something a little more neutral. Skellige or Nilfgaardian trousers. And here, just go with... I think that's basically the full Nilfgaardian set. Or, well, Nilfgaardian plus that robe. Then, can we get the sword? I don't think I saw an option for a weapon. At least didn't seem to prompt us for it. Oh, here's a weapon rack, okay. I do have a thought for that. Wait. No! What? What? We can't put the shovel there? A wooden sword? Been waiting for this moment for so long. Can we get two of them? Now, I think what we do, if we can't put the shovel, which is extremely disappointing, then I think we do some of the old swords that we were holding on to from The Witcher 1, or at least that have the same names as some of the ones from The Witcher 1. Like Harval, Wahir, wherever you are, and or Rocksword. Yeah, that is such a travesty that we cannot put up the shovel. That is a crime against humanity. Let's go Croc Sword. And then... what do we want for the other one? Do we prefer Gwahir or do we prefer Arval? Maybe Gwahir? I think, at least from The Witcher 1, it had sort of a niftier design. I think that'll work. We have any other ones, or is that it? Because if we did have another one, and I think we do have some other swords that we could consider putting up. Similar story with the armor racks, maybe once we get the renovations done. We'll see. In which case, yeah, now let's go back to dumping this stuff. Well, maybe not the boots that we just dumped, because those are probably just going to get sold. Not really anything special about them. The Ophiri trousers, I'd like to keep those. As well as our fancy pants from Skellige. This stuff can get sold. Let's put Harval back. Let's put the shovel back. Let's, Oh, we had to take off the crossbow when we went into the witchery experimentation chamber. I was gonna say, like, why do we have this in our inventory rather than equip right now? Other than that, though, eventually even get rid of the feline steel sword. Our feline swords in general, these are gonna get sold. Maybe we stash a wooden sword as well. Oh, we could dye the armors that we put up on the rack. Well, I suppose they'd need to be Witcher armors in that case. Yeah. I think that's about it for things that we're looking to stash. Oh, we can also stash the trophy from... What was it? Is it Goliath? It's Goliath, right? Yeah, I don't know why we can't use his trophy anywhere. Not that kind of trophy, different kind of trophy. Is it like, you know, the Gwent's championship trophy, that kind of thing? Rather than we slew this monster type of trophy? But seriously, terminology, right? Use a different word. Gosh. Award. You said you were cleaning up this place down here. I am kind of curious what it looks like now. Ooh. Has wine in it already. Oh. And some nice valuables as well. Note that we can't read, apparently. Okay. Yeah, this is the spot where we did the fighting. But, no major... Oh, Azurite. One of those new types of valuable gems. And also, like I said, an item from Path of Exile, or a resource from Path of Exile. But, yeah, I don't think there's anything dramatically different here, at least not yet, other than just, you know, pick up some decent loot. Let's head back up. And all in all, you know, especially after purchasing those upgrades for our estate, hopefully we'll find this place will get cleaned up in no time, and it'll become a nice place to hang our hat at the end of the day, sharpen up our weapons, polish up our armor, stash things, and admire... Well, I mean, hopefully, ideally it would have been our amazing shovel, but apparently not, so we'll work on that. We'll work on that. Wet trophies and stuff, those are the types of things we'd put there, not the actual, like, you slew this monster trophy. Okay, gotcha.